Do you struggle to get motivated for art? Sometimes feel blah about having to do some art? Today I'm going to go over 6 different ways that you can get yourself motivated for art and get those creative juices flowing. When it comes to getting motivated for doing art, and any art really, whether that's a commission or just something you're working on out of your own accord, getting motivated to work on it can be a challenge sometimes, and especially when it's a large project or has a lot of detail and takes a long time to complete. The task of working on it can seem like it takes forever, and sometimes you sit down to work on your art and you just don't want to be there, even though you love drawing or painting. We all have those times when it's harder to pull that motivation to keep up the pace of the piece that we're working on. So here are some motivational tips that I have found to be useful for myself. Maybe they can help you as well with feeling more motivated with your artwork. First is to listen to some music. Pop music or music that gets you feeling good, but generally music that is upbeat and going to get you in a really great mood to be creative. Music has that wonderful ability to influence feelings into us and make us feel a certain way depending on how the music sounds, so it is a really great tool to use when you want to get yourself into a better mood. Spend 15 minutes, go through a few songs, turn that volume up, and get yourself pumped. I find that this method, at least for me, is the best option for me to get into a good groove to work on art. The second option is to spend some time with pets. I don't know about you, but I really enjoy spending some time with my pets, and spending at least 15 to 20 minutes with them helps me relax and get into a good mood to work on some art. And I even bring mine into my studio sometimes as company for motivation. I think pets provide a good vibe and minimal distraction when working on art. Mine usually spend the time sleeping, and so I get to just watch them be the cutest things ever and give them some pets once in a while. The third option is motivation by reward. Promise yourself a reward once you complete the allotted time you need to work on art, like a few hours playing some games, a really nice dessert like ice cream or cookies, or it doesn't have to be an unhealthy food reward. You can make something healthy like a nice steak dinner, or just something to the effect that it feels like a really good reward for you. This kind of motivation requires good discipline with yourself to follow through though. I am usually very strict with myself when I have to resort to this kind of motivation, and I make sure I fully complete the time that I have set to get art done, and I don't stop early. I just prefer knowing that I fully put my work in and am worthy of the reward, and I would feel really guilty if I took a shortcut. The next option is to browse through art from other artists. Pulling some inspiration from our peers can be refreshing, although I find this is best kept at just inspiration. Copying someone else is a whole different ballpark, and let's not get into that ballpark. What I mean is looking through artwork from artists you like or follow, and say you see a drawing of a horse that you really like and think, wow, I need to draw a horse now. You know, just kind of the basics, basic inspiration. And also, browsing through your Instagram or social media feed, just enjoying the other wonderful work from other artists is always really wonderful. It can be uplifting and get those gears turning about your own art and the potential for your future artworks. Just like music, I believe that artwork invokes feelings and emotions in us that can influence the way we feel and can help us into a wonderful mood. For me, I find that it really just gets me motivated to get my pace going even more, because there's so much artwork that I would love to create over time, lots of ideas of my own, and I only have so much time to take steps into getting further with my creations. And seeing everyone else's work really just gets me in a keep it moving kind of attitude, because I know it's just one step in the many it takes to create a work of art. It also reminds me that one day, even though sometimes it seems to take forever to get an artwork done, I will get the work finished, just like all the finished artwork I see from other artists. Next is to go for a walk. Taking good breaks from art to clear your mind really is key to keep those creative juices flowing and get the motivation you need to keep going. So taking a walk outside can be really refreshing. Give your mind that much needed break in your routine and just to relax. Unwind about all of the things that you constantly have to think about, and it gives you a little bit of physical activity as well, which we all know physical activity is a really great stress reliever and good for the mind. I would honestly recommend going for short daily walks if you can, but I know that isn't always practical. Tip number 6 is to switch up doing different artworks. Staying on or getting motivated for the art that you are or will be working on can be a little easier if you switch up the work you are doing from time to time. Especially if you're doing commissions a lot, sometimes squeezing in something that you really want to do can help you feel really great and want to keep pushing forwards with the other artwork that you do. It's much easier to get motivated when it is something that you really enjoy doing. Want to learn more art tips? You should check out the top right video, or check out the video in the bottom right that YouTube recommends for you. As always, thanks so much for watching. See you next time.